You click the link you want to know, so let's go. First is Windows on a PC, and all links are in the description below. First, open your internet browser and type in PCSX2 and click enter. Click the first link and then click the 3 lines, then download. Download the 32-bit installer. Open your download folder and double-click the file you just downloaded and follow the prompts. Make sure to select normal installation. Once done, click finish and run. Next, the configurator will run. Click next if the language is correct, and then click next again. On the top right, click configure. You can see in the renderer drop-down menu, Direct 3D11 or OpenGL. When Direct 3D11 is selected, you can select your graphics card in the adapter section. Then internal resolution and select 1080p. Clicking shader configuration will allow you to add CRT scanlines like in the footage you see throughout this video. When done, press next, and now for the BIOS. Open a web browser, go to Google, and type in PS2 BIOS and select one of the first links, which I can't share this link due to legal reasons, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Also, when on any shady website, don't click any ads and be very careful. Once downloaded, open up the downloads folder on your PC and you'll see ps2_bios.zip. Right click and click extract to PS2 BIOS and a folder should appear. Open the new folder and highlight everything, right click and hit cut. In the PCSX2 window, click open in Explorer. Right click and select paste. Back in the PCSX2 window, click refresh list and your desired region. Click finish and we are almost done. Now to play a game. In the top bar you should see C DVD. Click it. Browse for the location of your PS2 ISO, select it, and click open. How do you get PS2 ISOs? You can use a program on your PC with a DVD drive to copy your games, which I show you here in this video. Once your game is selected, go to System, then Full or Fast Boot. Full will show you the OG PS2 boot screen we all know and love. While Fast will just jump you straight into the game. And that's all there is to it. And now for the Steam Deck SteamOS installation of PCSX2. Once you have your Steam Deck in hand, go ahead and switch it into desktop mode by holding the power button and selecting Switch to Desktop. Once you're loaded up and Steam is running, on the taskbar click the Discover Software icon. When it's open and loaded, click the search bar and use the keyboard shortcut to have the keyboard appear. It's the Steam button plus the X button. Once the keyboard is open, go ahead and type in PCSX2 and click enter, then the lower right of the keyboard to close the on-screen keyboard. When you see the PCSX2 emulator appear in the search results, click install. After a little bit of time, it should be downloaded and installed, and the button should say launch when done. A shortcut on the desktop will also be made automatically. Simply clicking launch or the shortcut on the desktop will launch the emulator. When launching for the first time, you'll have to go through the same setup, but most instructions from before apply here, but I'll go through them real quick. Select language and then next. Now you'll see the BIOS screen. Now open the web browser and Google PS2 BIOS and download them as shown. Uncheck Use Default Settings and open the Windows Explorer. Navigate to Documents and create a folder named PS2 BIOS. Open the Downloads folder, extract the freshly downloaded zip file and enter the new folder, highlight everything, right click and select Cut. Go back to the PS2 BIOS folder you just made, open it, right click and select Paste. Back in the emulator, click Browse. Select Documents. Then highlight the PS2 BIOS folder you just made and click Open. Click on Refresh List, then double-click your desired region. Once the emulator opens, click Config, then Graphics Settings, and under Internal Resolution, select 720p, then select OK. And now to get a game to run. Select C DVD, then ISO Selector, and then Browse. Locate where your PS2 ISO is located, and click Open. Then click System, then Boot ISO. And yes, this works with the normal Steam Deck UI, not just in desktop mode. So let's go get that set up next. Open Steam by right-clicking the icon on the taskbar and selecting Library. Steam is now open. In the lower left, click Add a Game. Click Browse, and from the drop-down menu at the top, select Home/Deck, and scroll down to the Desktop folder and open it. You should see a file named net.pcsx2.desktop. Select it and then click Open. Then click Add Selected Program. You are now free to return to the Steam Deck back to the UI game mode, and as you can see in the footage, it works greatly. I had been wanting to play PS2 games portably since I was a kid, and I ain't talking the PSP. But how do you launch a game? Switch disks or navigate the menus? First, start PCSX2 and you'll see the same window appear in a black void. Hold the Steam button while moving your finger across the right touchpad, or simply just touch the touchscreen and select or tap the same way I showed before. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and it was easy to follow. No need to install Windows on your Steam Deck. But if you did, well, how would you install it? Well, the first test should work, no problem. Enjoy the Steam Deck if you got one, I know I am. Name's Bio, and I'm signing off.